Friends, listen. I am a 42-year-old leader. I am caught right in the middle of the 22s and the 62s. And I want to be like those guys. So the question that I want to ask tonight is simply this: how do we become refreshed and also, catch this, and also stay in the kingdom? How's that work? I want to share with you tonight 4 lessons that God has taught me through His Word and through His servants about being refreshed in the kingdom. I want you to know that I'm skipping some things like observing the Sabbath and having a hobby and getting appropriate rest and exercise. I feel like all of those things are important, but I want to go just a little bit deeper under the radar this evening to some things I feel like God has shown me. And I also just want to say this before I kind of dive into these things. I know many of you don't know me very well, and I don't know you very well. But please hear me when I say that I have been praying for this convention, and I have been poring over this message, and I have been praying for tonight since like Easter. Because I really feel like there is a lack of refreshment that is reaching epidemic levels in our oftentimes entrepreneurial restoration movement. And so tonight I pray that God will refresh us in this. Here's the first thing, if you want to write it down, some ways to be refreshed in the kingdom. First of all, guard your purity and confess your sins. Because of what this world celebrates, combined with our inward ability to rationalize things, it's completely possible to lead an apparently successful ministry while harboring a secret sin. Some of you know this because you're doing this right now. People inside and outside your church are applauding you, and your church is growing, and you are dying on the inside. You know why? Because it's impossible, not improbable, it's impossible to be refreshed in the kingdom while harboring a secret sin. King David was leading a whole kingdom just fine on the outside, but his secret sin, as we know, was killing him on the inside. Look at his words in Psalm chapter 32, verse 3 and 4. He's talking about this secret sin. He says, "When I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My strength was sapped as in the heat of summer." Friends, eventually your secret sin will betray you from the inside out. I want you to know that for many years I led some really dynamic, successful ministries while at the same time harboring a secret sin. Some of you might not even call this a sin, but it was, and it is. It's the sin of comparisons. I was constantly comparing myself to other people, and I know that's not wise. In 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12, it says that when we compare ourselves by ourselves and measure ourselves with ourselves, that we are not wise. And I know that, and so do you. I know that when I compare what I know about myself to what I don't know about someone else, I will always come up short. I know that. But the problem is, there has never been another time in the history of humanity when we have been able to compare ourselves to someone else so comprehensively and quickly. There's one main culprit for all of these comparisons. The one word, Facebook.